Push him out. Hey, I wonder, how many of y'all have ever felt like you've been in a situation where it's just like, my goodness, why is everything just kind of going a little challenging for me? Why is everything just being a little like super difficult to me? Why is everything just kind of just feeling like it's not going the way that I want it to go, the way that I need it to go, the way that I care for it to go? Why is it that things are just happening that I'm just always feeling like I'm on the defense and I'm never just on the offense of out there making sure that things are going good and things are getting good and things are cruising smooth for me? When I do something, it just happens. But instead, I'm on the opposite side of that. When I do something, it just fails. When I do something, it just goes to this destruction. When I do something, it just doesn't quite seem to want to come out the way that I want it to go. My name is Mark Anthony DuBose Jr., and I was born July 4th of 1986. And today, we'll talk about something that is very interesting, something that I feel like we all need to have a real good understanding of when it comes to who we are, what we are, and who God is, and what he's all about, and what he's able to offer to us, and what he's able to do for us, and what he's going to continue to keep doing for us. That regardless if you believe in him or not, he's still going to be doing some stuff for you. Regardless if you hate him or not, he's still going to be doing some stuff for you. Regardless if you just want to have so much absolute love for him, he's going to do a whole lot for you. He's going to do a whole lot for you, regardless if you believe in him or you don't believe in him. That you really just, in reality, might as well just accept it and just take the fact that he's here for you, and God's here for you, and Jesus is here for you, and God came back to be able to make sure that you can have a better life and make sure that you can upgrade and proceed in your life in a better, smoother, more exciting way. That you might as well just accept that and just move forward. Because I'm telling you, regardless if you don't believe in him or not, he's working for you. He's doing the sun. He's making it move. He's making the moon move for you. He's making it rain for you. He's put all these animals out here for you. He's put all these trees here for you. He did it all for you. So you might as well just go ahead and just accept the simple fact that he created all this, and he put you here, and he's got a master plan for you in his mind of what it is that he really wants for you to do. But the one thing that I will know is that master plan, we run into situations with that master plan when we don't want to believe in God, when we want to try and act like we are God, that we start to mess that master plan up, because then we start to just do on our own. And that's something that I just had a lot of conflict with, a lot of just mismatchness going on. I don't know if that's a word or not, but I'm going to add that in there. But I don't know if a lot of y'all have a good understanding that when you want to have it and you're in the driver's seat and doing it all, you kind of just run into like just detour after detour after problem after problem after issue after issue. Just more and more just keeps coming to you. More and more like that just keeps happening to you. I just know it. I know it does happen to you. I don't care. You can sit there and say, Mr. Mark, Mr. DuBose, you don't know my life. You don't know nothing about me. You know, I don't believe in God and I don't care about him, but things are just always great for me. Things are just moving smooth for me. There's a plan for me where I got the plan. I got it figured out. I know that you run into massive troubles and tribulations at all times in reality. Most all times, I'm going to say, because that's just what it is. That's what's going to happen. But I kind of realized that, hey, Johnny, let's leave the donkey alone. I come to realize the more that I keep on doing what it is that I'm doing, that sometimes I get a little, am I going to be all right type situation in my life, where I'm like, what is it that I'm doing to make sure that I'm going to be all right? That every day isn't just so perfect and so smooth. I just don't have it all. I just don't have everything figured out. I just don't have all the questions answered. I just don't have all the wisdom that I could care to want. I don't have all the resources I care to want. I don't have all the relationships I care to want. But something that I just come to realize is sometimes when you're the one that's in control of all that, when you're trying to force it and fight and make it all happen, you're headed down just downhill. Not in a good way of getting faster, but a good downhill of getting faster, of getting yourself into a situation where you just ended up faster into destruction, instead of headed uphill a little bit. Uphill is you know, it's interesting about uphills and downhills, because downhills are kind of easy. But at the same time, everybody knows this. And if you don't know this, then you're missing out on life on a little bit of something that's kind of funny, but it's kind of interesting. Because I just remember one time my son running down this hill, and he started running, and he got out of control. I know we've all done this, that we got out of control when you were going down that hill, that you started going faster than you thought you could. Then you didn't know how to stop, and then you didn't know what to do. And then you just kept going. And then you had to just like, I gotta free go it. Whatever happens, happens. Hey, Johnny, get down. All the way down. And you gotta keep going, and you end up not really in a good situation. But when you go uphill, when you start going uphill, you notice that it's a little bit of a struggle. it's pretty much a lot of bit of a struggle in reality, where you're just chugging along, you're moving up that hill, and you're constantly going and going and going. You're getting a little tired, but you notice that you're actually headed somewhere, and you can never really, not say never, but you can never really just go up that hill and just get to a point where you're going too fast, and then you just don't know, and you get out of control. That you're constantly just climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing. There could be a time where you was climbing and then you happen to look back, and then you stumbled and rolled back. That's kind of a bad situation to be in right there, I'm going to say. But you don't want to look back. You want to keep looking forward and keep going forward and keep doing what it is that you need to do. And I'm going to say, sometimes some things that happen to us, I just feel like, do you think that bad things are coming to you because it's just bad things and you're doing something wrong? Or is it sometimes where you're in a situation that, like, your situations are coming to you, things that you think as a human being, bad stuff that you think is coming to you, that you can get up, you think that are coming to you that are bad things. But sometimes maybe it's just there's a master plan involved, because once you decide to not be in control of it anymore, once you decide to not be the leadership role anymore, that you start to take direction, you start to take guidance from God, that things start to happen that really, I just got to say this, just something weird that I feel like I keep running into with stuff that happens to me out here, that the good term I'm going to say is clean house. Sometimes I look around and I see I just have so much stuff, and then something happens to me that makes me have to like use a whole bunch of things that I felt like I didn't want to use. I felt like I wanted to hold on to that. I felt like I want to keep it. I felt like I was going to use that for a later purpose, to be able to do something with it, or make some money with it, or do something fancy with it, or make something great in my life with it. Where in reality, I run into a situation where I need to use that now, and not for the purpose that it was initially intended for. Where I ended up using that in a way that's like not anywhere near the monetary gain that I was planning on using for it, but I ended up using it because I needed to get it out. And sometimes we just need to get some things out because we need some new things to come on in. And those new things that come on in are going to be something that's going to be way better, way greater, way simpler, even way more exciting, way more, just better, more and more that comes to you, that's in a whole different way, in a route that you didn't even realize you could even do. You didn't even realize you were a part of. You didn't even realize you had the time, the motivation, the education, the know-how to do any of it. But it just comes to you because you let some things go. You let things go that just were in reality damaging you, were slowing you down. Things that you didn't like, things you didn't care for, things that were just like super frustrating to you. And I'm going to say something that might sound weird, might sound kind of messed up, but when I look at my animals, when I have one that passes away on me, especially a big one, my goat, my cows, my pigs, my chickens, anytime I have one pass away, you know which one is the one that always passes away? The ones that I just don't care about, the ones that are ruthless, the ones that are mean, the ones that are just not right, the ones that are just so hard to deal with. Those ones always pass away on me. And it's like, I get mad and I get a little upset about it, but then I'm looking at it like, I didn't want that gene pool anyways to keep on growing, to keep on doing what it is that I'm doing out here. Because if I would have kept breeding that, then I would have kept having problem at the problem, as opposed to just keeping the good ones, and the good ones around, and the good ones just keep expanding and growing and going. So sometimes I lose one. Sometimes I lose two. Sometimes I lose something. But then I realize in the end, I actually gain way more. I gain something that's way greater than anything that I could possibly have lost. And I wonder how many of y'all really look at your life and look at everything that's going on in your day to day and kind of put that concept in with everything. That sometimes you lose something. Sometimes something gets broke down that you were just like, I need this, I need it, I absolutely want it. And in reality, it's something that you weren't even using. Something that you just had laying around, something that you just had sitting around, that's just there. That you have all this energy like, I need, I want, and you don't want to give it up. You don't want to let it go. And it ends up breaking down, and then you just have no choice but to let it go. You have no choice but to just move it on and get it out of there and get it out of there in a way that you were like, man, I really like this. I really want this. I really need this. I really was going to have some plans to be able to do with this. That was going to be something that was going to be great. That was going to be awesome. That was going to be able to help me out. That was going to get me to grow to a different place. But when you're on the driver's seat, when you're doing what you're doing, you had those plans in place thinking you were going to do what you're going to do. But for some reason, why is it sitting back there? Why is it on the side? Why is it on the sidelines that it's not actually in the head, in the what is it called, the news feed current right now? If you was really going to do that, if something was really destined for you to be able to do that, why are you not still consistently working on it right now? Why is it in the background? Why is it just out there? And that's something I feel like a lot of us need to really I guess challenge what it is that we have around us, and what it is that we constantly keep holding on to that we think is just going to be some just absolute amazing, awesome type thing that we just need to let it go. And then because in reality, you're not going to be able to get any new. You're not going to be able to get any new inspiration. You're not going to be able to get any new insight. You're not going to be able to get any new awesomeness in your life if you're just holding on to that old stuff that you're just not even working with anymore. If you're still holding on to that old stuff that's just going absolutely nowhere, where you're not actually doing anything with it. And I wonder how many of y'all really just have stuff like that laying around. You just got a lot of stuff like that laying around your house that's just, or laying around in your mind even, laying around in other people even, where you just have people around. You got things around. You got stuff around. You got thoughts around that just need to let go of. You need to get rid of it. You need to just drop it and get away and run away and never look at it and never go back and start going uphill, and then don't even look back at it. Don't run downhill directly into it, because I'm telling you, you're gonna stumble yourself into a whole lot of negative situations with doing things that you're just trying so hard to try to make it work, and it's just not working. And that's something that I feel like a lot of us really need to take a good hard look at ourselves, to what it is that we need to start focusing on, what it is that we need to start letting go. Things that say we need to start cleaning the house with, things that we need to start just getting out and getting away. Hey Oreo, where you at? I don't even know where Oreo's at right now. Oreo, yeah, get over here. And just start cleaning the house with some stuff, to just realize that once we start letting some things go, once we start letting some people go, once we start letting some thoughts go, once we start letting some habits go, once we start letting some of our desires go, that new is going to start coming into us. It's actually going to be able to benefit our lives and be able to upgrade our lives and be able to help our lives. Hey man, I see you. I know, I see you. You's a good boy. You's a good boy. Just stay close, okay? All right, get down. Or all done. You ain't got to get down. Sorry, I had to have half a moment with him. He acting a little sensitive today, so I got to make sure that he stays firm on firm and he's good to go. And I don't mind him exploring. I just don't want him chasing none of the animals. And that's fine. I don't care what they do. But I wonder how many of y'all, sorry, got completely off track. My dog was just looking so cute there, and I have no choice but to just show him some love when he needs it. And that means that sometimes, in some cases, I treat these guys like a practice, I guess, for my future to come of what it is that I'm going to do. That sometimes if I got a situation with my wife, I got a situation with my kids, like that's priority over anything else that's going on in reality, that I got to make sure I deal with that and handle that and get that good to go. And then I can get back to doing what it is that I'm doing. And doing what it is that I'm doing is making sure that we are all understanding that we got some things in our lives that we need to start focusing on, letting it go, and start focusing on allowing God to bring the new in. Because we focusing so much on things that habits that we have, things that we do, too much excess of some things that we're still doing and that we're still making happen, that we need to just drop it and let it go and just stop messing with it, stop dealing with it. Because for me, I don't know what it is, but I just start to notice something already starting to change in my day-to-day, my world, the world. That's just been a matter of just a few days of me trying out some different stuff, just trying some different things. For one, changing my diet up to doing something that is, like, the whole world is controversial over this diet for some reason, but I've done the study and I've done the research to figure out what it is that I need to let go on this planet. And I need to let go pretty much like 90%, 95, unfortunately, like 98% of the foods that are out there. I need to let it all go. Let it go and just to see what happens, to allow the new growth to start to happen. Some other things I just had to let go. Let go of the fact of excessive sleeping for myself. That I like to get me my sleep, but I like to do sleep. I sleep in a very, very strange way, that I do it in sections where I don't really like to do a whole lot. I like to do this weird sections where I'm gonna change that up a little bit as well, to try to get some different clarity going on. And changing up some things as far as letting go of some things that I used to do, of like watching YouTube videos a little bit too much, and start focusing more on my own life, my own stuff that I want to do. Start creating my own things, that if I want to watch a video, I should get out and make a video. If I want to sit and just get a real quick laugh, I should go out and make my own quick laugh real quick, instead of relying on someone else to be able to like do that for me, where I should be able to do that on my own and be able to make that happen for my own. And I come to realize just letting some of this go, letting some things go, like some stuff that I was working with these dogs, that I just let it go. I wanted it so much. I wanted it so hard. I focused on it and I was just digging deep with it. I was doing all the work. I got all the tools for it, got all the master plan with it, got everything figured out with it, and just say, you know what? Let it go. That was me fighting to try to do something that just every single time I tried to do it, just would always have some sort of issue all the way and all the way and all the way. And then now I just letting it all go, letting the chickens eat it all. And I realized I need to clean it up some. I need to get some stuff out of my life. I need to get some things away. And I don't know why, but it was hard to let all of these things go. It's been a challenge. It's been a challenge sitting on the couch, right about to make this video, thinking for a moment and just saying to myself, like, man, Mark, you can't eat this. You can't eat that. You can't eat this or that no more, or this no more. You can't handle hot sauce no more. Can't handle pepper no more. Can't handle chili peppers no more. Can't handle jalapenos no more. Can't handle nothing no more. Like, I used to love all that. I used to eat all that. So it's going to be a real sticky situation, I feel like, for myself to really try to do some different things. But I feel like something is calling me to do that. Something is like trying to communicate to me. It's like God's trying to communicate to me is the way I look at my life, fortunately today, instead of any other way of thinking that I'm not sure, I don't know what's going on here. But I'm just telling you, in just a matter of a few days, or I've been eating different for about a month now, but a few days for some of this other stuff that I've been getting rid of, and a few days of these other things that I've been really trying to dial in and dial up and get away from, that I just noticed that things are already starting to become a difference for me, where I have a difference, a sense of what it is that I feel and what it is that I do and how I get stuff done, and the energy level that I have and the passion that I have and the creativity that I start having, and the just everything is just changing up for me, where I could just sit now differently, where I could sit in, man, that was a close shot there. I could just sitting quietly and just get stuff done. I could just sit and focus and dial in and don't have to have anything else around. I could throw some background cool tunes on to try to make me get through it, but I come to realize, like, I don't even listen to that no more. I'm like more focused on what it is that I want to think of create, to make happen, to get done, to start working on, to start focusing on, start dialing up on, to start really getting myself better with. And I wonder how many of y'all run into situations where you want to be able to get into that, but you just feel like you just always keep stumbling, you always keep falling. And I'm telling you, there's one way to really get started with getting an upgraded life and an upgraded experience in this world, is start to let some things go. Start letting some of your habits go. Start letting some people go. Start letting some conversations go. Start letting some thoughts go. Start letting some things that you used to always constantly keep on doing. Just let it go. Just try something different. Just do something different. Go to a whole different shift. And that shift, I'm going to tell you, is a shift to do something that's going to be a little more difficult, I'm going to say. Like, put a little more difficulty level on your life to try to really just dial yourself up. Don't go and make things easier. Don't go and just, I'm going to excessively do something this over here and do it more. No, start like restricting some things that are going on your day-to-day basis, and start just saying to yourself, even for a week, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to do this. You know, something that you really enjoyed, something that you really like, something that you just really got like super excited about, waking up in the morning, just doing that, and just don't do it. Don't do it for a week. Watch what happens. Don't do anything else. Change something up for you. Just don't do it for a week. Watch what happens. Just don't eat for a week. Just don't eat. Don't eat a lick of food for a whole week, 7 days, straight 7 days. Just see what happens. Who knows what's going to happen? That's a massive, extreme sacrifice to be able to make on this planet. And that's something that I don't think a whole lot of people could it's hard to do that. And that alone right there, just don't eat for a week, is something that can really set you up for extreme success in your future, because it can really let you know who you are, what you're capable of doing, and what you're able to do. And it's something that I think that a lot of us should really start to look at what it is that we have and what it is that we do and what it is that's going on around in our day-to-day lives, and just start to really just upgrade our lives in a way of letting some stuff go that is just absolutely damaging to us. And things that are damaging to us are things that, I'm telling you, you're just doing too much of it. You're paying way too much attention to it. You're focused way too much on it, and you're caring a lot about it like it's just the saving grace to your life. Like it's just if I get the best at this, then I'm just going to be able to be the best person. I'm going to be the CEO. I'm going to be the boss man. I'm going to be the boss lady. I'm going to have it all. I'm going to be able to focus it. I'm going to dial it in. And this is going to be able to give me my millions of dollars right here. This is going to be able to give me my employees right here. It's let it go. Because whatever you think that you got on your mind today, right here, right now, that you're just focused in and you're just on it, I'm telling you, God's got a whole different purpose for you. Once you allow God to be able to control what it is that's going to be happening next for you, you're going to watch some absolutely interesting stuff start to happen to you, because you start to like let the pressure go of your own self, realizing that it's too much. It's too much. You know, there was a time of day where this is interesting. It's just been a few days where I feel like things have been a little different in my mind, in my thinking, but I used to think like I had to get everyone and basically forced everyone to be able to do what it is that I do and get on board and make happen. And then, you know, I just had the revelation of like basically God telling me, it's like, Mark, Johnny, that was a little rough there. You don't have to, you don't have to worry about them, man. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. It's okay, man. It's going to be all right. And that just was like a weight off my shoulders. That was just something that was just absolutely needed. That just really relaxed me a lot, really brought me a whole lot of patience, really brought me a whole lot of compassion, really just gave me a whole lot of insight on just like being able to focus in on dialing in some stuff. And then just here recently, I just feel like I got a whole new level of inspiration that's just like, Mark, just stop even doing that with yourself. Stop trying to be in such control with this and where this and how this is going to happen and where this is going to come from and how you're going to be able to get it to be able to do that and how to be able to do. And I just come to realize like things are just becoming even more relaxed, even more just chill, even more like if I'm stressing about something that's going to get done and I'm trying to force myself to get it done and not just relying on God to be able to just get it done for me, knowing that he's going to give me the inspiration to be able to figure out how to be able to get through some situations. I'm in a really challenging life, I feel like. I'm in such a challenging life that I feel like I'm just always in a struggle, in a rampage, I gotta go, I gotta get it done, I gotta do this, and I just feel like that's not what we're supposed to be doing. And that's not what we're supposed to be about out here with taking care of what it is that we're taking care of. And I wonder how many of y'all are just living like that, where you just wake up and you're just in like a mass haste, where you're just, I got this, and then you just get irritated when you don't get stuff done. When you got your checklist, your checklist to get stuff and do stuff, and you don't get something done, how irritated do you get? How frustrated do you get? Where I just have a whole different sense of life today, where I look at things completely differently, where I'm just like, you know what, if it was going to get done, it's going to get done. If it don't get done, it's not going to get done. And I'm not going to sit here and fight over it. I'm not going to sit here and struggle over it. I'm not going to sit here and talk down to myself because I didn't get something done over it. I'm just going to focus on what it is I need to focus on and then get done what I need to make happen. And then if I have something where I need it, and I can't survive if I don't have that. I need to just let it go and realize that I guarantee you I have something around, or you have something around that's just you're able to use and utilize to be able to get done what it is that you need to get done. That you actually didn't need all this extra little things and all this extra little stuff, that you already have what it is that you need to be able to get some things done. That sometimes we just need to take a good hard look at what it is that we do have and just be more appreciative of it and just really kind of like respect it a little bit more is what I guess I'm going to say about that. That we run in the cases where we're just constantly trying to go and not realizing that we already have what it is that we need. And then for me, I just really feel like I have a different upgraded sense of reality, of life, of what it is that's going on around me, when I just decide to just say, you know what, God, if you got it, you're going to get me where I need to get. And I feel like the thoughts, the knowledge just starts to come to me. It was like, oh, you got that, use that. And use that in a way of, it was just sitting there. It was some old trash. It was just old and moldy. It was just all going into the dumpster anyways. Just use that. And that's going to be able to get you to make something happen, because once you get rid of that, because you was holding on to that so much, now I'm going to be able to allow something new to come to you. And I'm just like, wow, that's pretty interesting. That's an interesting way of thinking. That's an interesting way of being about some stuff out here that I feel like I never really paid attention to try to do stuff that way. That I would always try to just hold on to everything. That I'd always just try to have everything and try to keep making everything that I have just better, but the things that I actually do use better, not the things that are just out there just I'm not paying any attention to. Like figuring out how to be able to get what it is that I have that I'm currently using and let the things go that I don't need to hold on to anymore. And I wonder, if you live by this and you stay by this and you stay firm with this, where is it that you think your life is going to be able to head to in the future? You think that what it is that you want to work so hard to be able to get, you're going to get? Or you think that it's going to be something that God wants? And do you think that God's got your best interest at heart? Do you think that he's going to be able to provide and bring to you something that you really like? Something that you really care for? Something that you are just all about? Something that you are super passionate about? Something that you are really good at? Something that is just like, it's not work. It's not work at all. It's just getting stuff done. It's just hanging out. It's just playing. It's just goofing around in reality. It's just mingling and doing what you're doing. You think that God's not going to give you something for you to do like that? Instead of giving you some work where it's just like grab this shovel and dig some holes all day for 18 hours and that's how you're going to be able to make a living? I don't think God provides that. I think we as human beings and our mindsets and our thought and our thinking pattern, I think that we do that. I think that we create that. I think that we constantly keep doing that. And that's why I personally feel like, just me, I just personally feel like just me, Mark Anthony Bowes Jr., born July 4th, 1986. I believe that our technology is hitting like a standstill on what it is that we're able to do, because we're also focused on trying to be ourselves and trying to get stuff done that we think that we want to do. And you end up getting into work, you end up getting jobs, you end up doing some stuff that is just hard, and it's frustrating, and it's irritating, and it's just absolutely ruthless to you, where you're not able to just complete it, and you're not able to get it done. You're not, hey Johnny, he's good, man. He's far away. He's not you act tough when he's far. When he's close, you run away. You're so funny to me. But that dog, he not no working dog. He try to act like he sees Oreo do some stuff, and he's just like, I can do that too. And I'm like, no, dude, you can't. I got to fatten you up again a little bit. I got to give you an extra cup of food. But that might be why he extra work duty now. He's trying to think he work. He got a body type like work. But even talking about that, we all out here working so hard, working just slaving, just doing so much to just try to get by. Just try to make some things happen, just so that you could turn around, like for me, turn around and look at something and just get a email from my insurance company and just say, hey, Mark, your payment is now $50 a month more. I'm like, oh, shucks, thank you. I appreciate that. At least you know that I'm going to be making that more here come in the future. So I appreciate you adding more to me so that I can continue to keep making that more so that it reflects and everything is going to be okay. I don't know. I guess that's the way I'm supposed to look at it. I can't look at it any other way today. That sometimes I used to get very, very frustrated at some stuff like that, because I was like, hey, everything is going up, but yet other things aren't going up. They're just kind of staying the same. So it's just, how are we supposed to make it work when everything is working like that? But I feel like just our technology and our everything is just kind of dwindling. It's kind of just at a standstill. It's kind of not even at a standstill. It's kind of getting worse. Like, my phone is no better than my phone 3 years ago, to be honest. It's got a better looking picture from a camera, but the functionality and how it works, it's still the same. And that to me is kind of going downhill. It's not getting any better. So there's some things that I just feel like we are like focused on just us, and we're not relying on God to be able to bring us the newness. See, we're not relying on God to be able to bring us that great new inspiration of what it is that we need to start pushing the market, because we're all out here just slaving. We're working like slaves. We're working so hard, and then we're not getting anything. We're not getting nothing. We're getting $30 an hour, $25 an hour, $15 an hour, $8 an hour. That's all we're getting. We're not getting anything to actually be able to do anything. We're not getting anything that's actually able to bring us into doing something great and magical and fantastic on this planet. We're just doing the same stuff and the same whatever. Someone out there really shooting. They getting they shots in today. But sound like a hand. That's just a handgun. But I think we're focused on just me as a human getting it and not relying on God to be able to just bring it into us and be able to push it out there and be able to get done what we need to get done. So I feel like that's something for me that I've been the same way doing that exact same stuff, where I feel like I'm headed to a different shift for some different information that's come to me, some different insight that I feel like has came to me, something different that's just been a hard, heavy hit on me this past couple of days, to the past couple of weeks, to the past 2 months, that just really has put a lot of thought in me about a new push that I need to start working on, a new push that I need to start concentrating on, a new push that I really want to start focusing more and more of my days and more of my time on. And that push is to make sure that I'm not out here trying to make myself get done what I need to get done, but instead let it go and allow God to be able to make happen what it is that He wants me to do and where it is that He wants me to go. That sometimes, in some cases, in some situations, and I'm going to say probably most all cases and most all situations, the thing that we're going to be moving into, that we're going to be doing for God, and the stuff that we're going to be making happen for God is going to be something that's going to be challenging for us at first, in a not hard work type way, but in a way of just like building up courage to actually just be able to do and be able to make happen. Building up the courage to know that you actually can speak and say something. Building up the courage knowing that you can make something and you can go somewhere and actually sell it, because you're really good at what you make. What you make is awesome, but you don't have the courage yet to actually like go out there and say that it's good. You don't have the courage inside of you yet to like say like what you are making is awesome, because what you make is awesome. What you do is cool. Your drawings, your paintings, the games you make, the apps you make, everything that you do, the way you do everything that you do is awesome. It looks really good, but you feel like the next person's going to look at it like it's stupid. You feel like the person's going to look at you like, oh, you're an idiot. That's going nowhere. You don't have the inside of you to just say, you know what? I don't care what you think. This is awesome. And I got inspiration knowing that this is awesome. And I think this is awesome. So I know that at least one other person is going to think this is awesome. And that's all that really matters, because in reality, especially if it comes down to a painting, a lot of these paintings sell for more than what everyone on this planet makes in a year. You could make one that can make you 10, 15, 20 years worth of income in one painting. One painting can do that. I don't think that people realize this on this planet, that one can do that. You could just put it out there, someone looks at it, and the bidding process starts to say, I need that, I want that. There's people on this planet that want what you have. They absolutely cannot live without it. They need to have that painting up on their wall. They need to have that music playing in their room. They need to have that. They need to have it. They just don't. They will do whatever it takes to get it. And they're going to spend all the resources to be able to get it and to make it happen. Because like for me, working with dogs, I thought no one would ever pay for me to work for their dogs. I'm like, that's the stupidest thing. Like, why you could just do that yourself. Why would you need to pay someone to do that? But I really come to realize people are willing to pay more than what the average person makes in a year to get their dog trained, to learn how to get them to sit. I'm like, wow, that's fascinating. That's so interesting to me. I didn't have the courage in me to walk to people, to say to people, this is what I do, this is how I do it, and I can help you out with this, and I see you doing something real good here right now, but I can help you and push you on that. I feel like that's what God brings to us. He's going to bring us more of that courage to just get it done, that we good at it, we already have it, that we just got to take that push to just actually put it on out there, just actually get it on out there and make it, and actually put it to and make it happen. And then you're going to start seeing some great things come to you. And the great things that come to, something I want to read today, is in the book of, let me look at that again, because I try to keep everything memorized, but I got a whole lot that I need to memorize on a day-to-day basis that sometimes I get messed up, and I don't want to mess up when it comes to God's Bible, because God's Bible is absolutely an incredible thing that I want to make sure that I keep everything precise, and I don't want to get fact-checked on the Bible, because that's probably one thing that I just don't ever want to have to deal with in my life. And we're going to go to the Ecclesiastes. I hope I said that correctly. In the 5th chapter and the 19th verse. Moreover, when God gives someone wealth and possessions and the ability to enjoy them, to accept their lot and be happy in their toil, this is a gift from God. And this is something that's just super fascinating to me, just really, really kind of gets me super inspired in some sort of way, because it really just kind of boils down to making sure that when we're doing what we're doing, some great things is going to come to us. Some wealth is going to come to you when you're doing what it is that you start pursuing more of, where God's push and pressure starts to put you into, where God's understanding and knowledge and inspiration starts to come to you. When you start to go into that route, you start to do some things that you're going to start just having leaps and bounds and doing some great things and some awesome things. And that's something that he says there, that he wants to all of us to be able to be a part of. He wants us all to have. He doesn't say anything about us being broken, poor, and having nothing, and the rich man is this and that and is so negative and so bad. No, he wants all his folks, all his people, to be making sure that you're living on a very, very wealthy stance, that you're able to get and have fun and have some pleasures and do some awesome stuff. That's where I feel like where a lot of, like, the commandments really start to hit hard, with making sure that you understand what the true pleasures of this planet are. Because the true pleasures of this planet is not having sex and drinking and smoking and cheating on your wives and husbands and doing stuff like that. That's not the pleasures. And I feel like that's where the commandments really come in and just say, we'll stay away from that, so that you can have some real true pleasures on this planet. So you can actually start doing some really cool things on this planet. You can start experiencing and exploring and starting to be about things that are completely different on this planet, that are really going to be able to bring you some excitement, bring you some joy, bring you some pleasure, bring you some freedom, bring you some just absolute compassion, bring you some self-control, and just keep your life going in a way that is just so much fun. It's so exciting. And that's something that I feel like we really need to start to, we don't need to nothing, but something that I know I need to make sure that I stop doing what it is that I need to do, where I think I need to force it, I need to want it. Then I need to start just pushing that off on God and just say, God, where do you want me to go? And just wait. Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? Who does he want me to talk to? Why is it you want me to do that? Maybe asking why. There's no reason not to ask why. You want to figure some things out. What's going on here? Why would you want me to go there and not go over there? And just start to figure out more about what it is that God is asking for and needing for from you, instead of what it is that you want to think that you want to do, what it is that you have desires for. And that's going to be able to, I feel like, simplify your life even greater, to the point of really bringing you down to the absolute basics of realizing that he's going to give you what you need. Because I'm still got tested a lot this month. I got challenged a lot this month with, like, just making sure, just saying, Mark, you're good, man. You're good. Everything's fine. You without over there, but you're good over there. You don't have that right there, but you're good over here. You weren't able to do that, but you're good over here. And just really putting a lot in my mind of letting me know what certain things that I want to let go of and get out of my life. Because now that I realize, something interesting, but now that I realize there's certain things that I want to keep and continue to have in my life, like I realize a lot of my expenses is just going to go away. A lot of my expenses are just going to completely disappear and just be back to zero and back to actually making me money instead of me spending money. And that's something to me that's just like kind of exciting when I was feeling like, I don't know what to do. And then inspiration came to me, was like, do this and try this because this is actually better for you. This is actually going to be able to bring more to you. And I'm like, oh, wow, really? Like that actually doesn't cost anything. That's helping me out. And then at the same time with this other stuff, I don't know what to do. I don't think I have enough. And then it's just like, oh, just mix it with this and mix that and mix that. And I'm just like, really? Like that would work? That's going to work out? And then I'm like, it actually is. It's actually doing what it's doing. As much as something interesting to feed the chickens some meat, because the chickens like meat. And they can go both ways. That's what's cool about them. They're a very, very, very unique animal that I really, really enjoy a lot. But I come to realize, like, man, it's making them better, making them look better, building on some more muscle for them as well. And it's just helping them out the same way that I was just mixing up some different and running out and needing this and needing that. And just like, I'm like, man, I'm somehow still been able to figure it all out, make it happen and get to the finish line. That in reality, I ran out of my chicken feed, like 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. Somehow they're still eating every single day. I just don't get it. I don't know how this can mix this and get this and fix this and get that and got that and make this. It just happened. It just happened for me. Like I ran into an unfortunate circumstance this month that I don't know what happened in reality, but I do know it happened. I just don't like why it happened the way it happened and the reasoning why it happened the way it happened. That it just is what it is, and I just got to deal with it, make it work, and make it happen, get past it, and figure it out. And that's what in reality a man does on this planet, and that's what we always should be about. That some hard times are gonna come to you, but you just got to figure it out. You just got to get through it, and you just got to do it on your own. And there ain't nobody here to help you to be able to get some stuff done. And I feel like the more and more that I listen to God, and the more and more that I trust in God, the more I realize that I can actually do that. I can actually make that happen. That the more that I had these outsiders and these outside people where it's like, oh, you need this, and it's just like, no, just leave me alone. Just let me figure it out and focus it on and figure it out and get it done myself and not have to worry about anybody else and everything else. And I can just get it done. And I realize time after time, year after year of my life, that just keeps happening for me. I just still keep getting stuff done. Things just still keep getting completed. Things just still keep getting to the point that I'm just super satisfied with where I'm at and how I'm able to get everything complete. I'm just kind of almost in reality blown away some days with what it is that happens to me, especially today with what it is that I made and what it is that I figured out to be able to feed and what it is that I've been able to do to get my water situated and get everything right again. I'm just like, how did this happen? How does this still keep cruising? How does this still keep coming along? How is it that everything is just so awesome still? And it's just making it happen. It's something where I just realized the more and more I believe in God, the more and more I just have to confirm and just know 100% that He's got my back. God's got my back. God's got me all the way up, down, all the way around. And now with this new information to how I'm just looking at my life, he's really gonna start doing stuff for me that I'm headed to something that's just going to be interesting. It's going to be fascinating. It's going to be super awesome. It's going to be something different that I've never been able to be a part of. Something different that I've never ever had before. Something different that I've never experienced ever before. And I think that is kind of one of the main things and the major things that I'm just super excited for about the future of my life to come. That I'm going to put it all in His hands and start making moves on what it is that He needs me to do. Instead of me deciding, I want this, I need this, I want to focus on it, I need it so bad to just let it go. And just God, what you need? What you need, man? What you need? My main homie, what you need is the way that I like to talk to God in reality, because I got to add a little extra just who I am and what I am, and not just be bland and on my knees on a wooden board and just praying all monotone. And no, I get excited, I get energized, I get into it. I just absolutely get turned on with what it is that I keep praying about, keep talking about, keep thinking of, keep getting inspired to want to do, and the things that just keep on coming to me. And it's something that I want more and more people to be able to have that exact same relationship and have that exact same excitement come to you when things just start to really, really amplify and start to grow and start to be more enjoyable for you, and not just be in pressure and be in chaos and be in disaster and be in destruction and be in any of that. That you start just moving into a whole different way of of living and a whole different way of life, that things just happen that are going to be great for you, that are going to be awesome for you. And things are going to start happening when you start to really trust in God and you start to really just know it's okay if I have it and it's okay if I don't have it. That there's a reason why I don't have what it is that I have. And sometimes, in most cases, it's because you're not ready for it still even yet. That sometimes a lot of us feel like I should be able to do this, I should be able to have that, but you're still not ready for that yet. And you got a lot to do or a little to do to be able to get to that point, to be able to make that happen. That you have to have that next thing that happened to you where you just have that next revelation in life and move forward. And it's like, okay, now you're ready for that. Now you're ready to be able to upgrade to that. Now God's going to be able to start bringing some more to you. Because if you had it at first, you might not know what to do with it. You might have stumbled and you might have get a little messed up. You might have got a little thrown off. You might have got jammed up where you might have ended up quitting. You might have ended up just having no choice but to quit because you didn't know how to keep up with it. You didn't know what to do. You thought you had a master plan of how to be able to make sure I could take care of this, take care of this, take care of this, but it all came and then you're like, I'm overboard. Because it's like something with a lot of restaurants where you wish you were busy all the time. But then when you actually are, you end up closing shop because you can't keep up with it no more. You thought you were consistent, but your consistency went downhill. You thought everything was in order, but people didn't show up and things didn't happen right, and you end up losing all your entire business because you end up getting too much business. How crazy is that? How crazy is it that actually does happen, and that it happens to a lot of people on a day-to-day basis? That everyone doesn't just go out of business because they don't have no business. A lot of times people go out of business because they got too much and they can't keep up with it. When you can't keep up with it, people get irritated. When people get irritated, people start saying bad things about you. When people say bad things about you, no one else is coming around no more. So you was booming and going to failure. And it's something that I think that a lot of us really take a good hard look at our situation, what we do on a day-to-day basis, and what it is that we really think that we want, what we really think we dreaming of, or where you want to be able to become to think about, are you ready for that yet? Are you set up in a way to be able to make sure that you are actually able to get what it is that you're dreaming of and thinking of, or are you still needing some help? Are you still needing some trials and tribulations to come to you to figure out are you ready for it or not yet? Are you still trying to just master what it is that you're working on? Are you still trying to get better at what it is that you're doing and felt like you was the best, but you could just work on it a little bit more to make sure that you were dead on with what it is that you need to work on? And that's something that I want a lot of us to really just take a good hard look at and do a whole lot of thinking about what it is that we do, where we looking at something that someone's doing and just feel like I could do that, and I don't know why I'm not doing that, and I could do it way better, and why don't I have this, and why don't I have that? And it's just like, slow down a minute. You're not ready yet. You're not ready yet because God doesn't want you to mess up, especially if you're relying on God to be able to get you in the right places. He's saying, slow down a second. You got what you need, right? Just slow down for a second. Keep focusing and working and keep dialing yourself in to be able to get yourself in a better place. And with that said, I want to say thank you. And today, I'm going to say thank you because today was a very interesting day. That it started off a little warm and then it got cold. Now it's cold again. It's like, oh my goodness. But I guess tomorrow's supposed to be 70 degrees, so it's going to be very, very, very interesting the rest of the week into the weekend. It's supposed to be 70 all week. And so if it's 70, it's really I feel like 85, 90 almost. And I'm kind of super excited about that. But at the same time, I know it's hard on the animals. And I always praying and hoping that the animals are going to be all right. But I feel like they are going to be all right because I do what I can and I make happen what I need to make happen to make sure that they're good to go, to make sure that they got everything that they need, and to make sure that they're taken care of. And I don't know, but I just feel like I listen to the inspiration of what God tells me on a day-to-day basis now, and I feel like that's why things are starting to be able to be better for me and starting to be more reliable for me and starting to just really, really, really help me out in a way that I just know for a fact that me, myself, just Mr. Mark DuBose Jr. couldn't think up of, couldn't make happen. I'm not skilled enough to take care of what it is that I have out here. I've got a lot out here. I'll take care of a lot. And there's a lot that can go wrong. There's a lot that I've got to fix. There's a lot of little tweaks that I always have to constantly keep working on and doing. And there's just no way that I know how to do all this on my own. I didn't grow up doing none of this work with any of these animals. I never even had a dog. I had a dog for like a year growing up. I think I was 4 years old, 3 years old. So I never had a dog that I've ever cared for or ever did anything with. I've never had any of this stuff. I've never had any animals. I've never had none. I've never had to mix feed, figure out ratios and do it, fix waterers and get these automatic float things working. And I don't know nothing about any of this. I just came out here just completely blinded and just started touching, started fixing, started going. I didn't know what would be the best method to be able to raise some chickens and how to keep them. I didn't know how to be able to, where to put my donkey at and how to take care of him and how to make sure that he's safe as well as I'm safe and as well as everyone else out here is safe and keeping everything good to go. I didn't know none of this, but for some reason I feel like this past year, especially this past year, things have really been going a lot smoother for me, a lot better for me. And not just because I got some fences built, because the fences don't matter to animals. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Animals do not respect fences. They respect you. They respect what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you want. They do not care about a fence. They will jump a fence, they will break through a fence, they will dig under a fence, they will dig through a fence, they'll do everything they can to get through a fence. And I feel like it's just something in me with listening to God and trying to get more understanding of his animals. This is his animals, and he's given me the control over them, the rulership over them. That's the only thing on this planet that we control. We don't control another human being from human to human. We don't control each other. We just work with each other. But these dogs and these cows and everything out here, I got to make sure that they're good to go. But for one, just how the times that we live in today, they got to be safe. I got to make sure that my cows are not on the street. I got to make sure my donkey is not on the street. I got to make sure my chickens aren't, nah, you guys will run over a chicken. But people swerve. I don't want you to swerve and run and get into a ditch and kill your spouse because there was a chicken in the road. And I got to make sure that everything is good to go and everything is in order, because it could be a very, very dangerous situation if anything got out. And I feel like I'm getting better and better at it by just listening to what he's got to say to me. When I run into a situation, when I had the heat in the chick coop, then the couple of them got killed because they got smothered and it was just too hot. And I just got to do this. And then bam, I did it. I was like, bam, good to go, good to go. I could never even thought of how to do that. I could never have called the right person to be able to help me figure that out. There's just no information on how to do certain things, and we just get it done. We just make it happen. I feel like I listen to God more and more on a day-to-day basis to be able to help me upgrade my life, to be able to get done what I need to get done. And I just absolutely appreciate it, absolutely love it, and I'm just so grateful for that, and that simple thing right there. And I'm so grateful for a shift of a lot of things that I'm starting to let go of myself, and so certain things that I let go of that were just in the way for me right now. They were just in my way, that I just got to get it out and just got it moving on. And sometimes we just have some stuff that is just like, oh, that's why I had that for now. And I'm like, whoa, wow, that's very interesting concept, way of living in life and looking at life. Like, I know why I got that before, and know why I did that before, but now I'm actually using it, as opposed to before I wasn't using it. And now I'm getting rid of it, and as opposed to it just still sitting there. And now it's being beneficial and for something good, and then now I'm able to move something new in. I'm just like, wow, this is starting to become a very, very interesting life that's starting to be unfold in a very, very interesting way, where it's no longer me in control of it all. I'm just allowing God to be able to take it, and I'm just moving forward and just being able to get some stuff done. So I'm super excited about the future to come and the things that are going to continue to keep on coming and things that are going to continue to keep happening on this planet for me. That I want more and more people to really just submit yourself to God and know that he's got your back, that he's got you. He's going to take care of you. He's going to make sure that you're good to go. He's going to make sure that you have everything that you need. And then when you have that, he's going to start bringing to you some good ideas. He's going to start bringing some good seeds to you. And he's going to say, work on this and work on this and work on this. And you're going to say, okay. And you're going to start doing it. And you're going to start making, hey, Johnny. You're going to start being able to push through and starting to make it happen. You're going to start to be able to get some stuff done. And you're going to start upgrading your life so that you can start having that wealth that you want. So you can start having that freedom that you want. So you can start having that success that you're looking for. And you can start having all that. Because if you're trying to do it yourself, you're struggling. You're struggling. You're struggling so hard every single day, every single moment, all the time. You're struggling. If you're trying to get it yourself, if you're trying to make that money yourself, you're trying to dig deep and force it yourself, I'm telling you, you're struggling. You hurting right now, and you damaged right now, and you always like, I don't have enough right now, and you always like, I don't know if I'm going to make it right now. You always like that if you're trying to fight it so much for your own self to get it. Instead of asking God, say, God, can I get that, please? And then in reality, say, God, give that to me. Like, I need that, because you know I need that because of where I'm at and what I'm doing. And then he's going to say to you, okay, well, what are we going to do now? Where are we going to go next? What are you actually going to do to make that happen? Instead of trying to find out, force yourself to try to make things happen, why are you going to allow him to be able to just do his magic, to do his works, to be able to make it happen so it can come into you? And that's something that I'm so grateful for and I'm so appreciative about, to be able to make sure that I can keep on moving forward with my life. And I want to say thank you to everyone and anybody who wants to continue to keep watching what it is that I have to say on a day-to-day basis. That you ain't got to watch everything I say every single day, because I go hard. I go all out. That I I just keep on going and going and going. That I'm very, very, very motivated with what it is that I do, especially when it's kind of the inspiration that God is telling me to go ahead and keep doing. I go all out with it, that I'm not going to just play games with it. I'm not going to joke around with it. I'm not going to just do the bare minimum of it. I'm going to go all out. I'm going to make sure that I overdo. I'm going to make sure that I overperform. I'm going to make sure that I get stuff done. I'm going to make sure that it's just better than better. I'm going to make sure that I keep on getting better. I'm going to make sure that I keep dialing in what it is that I need to do to keep making him look good, because this is all about God here. This is all about God. This ain't nothing about me. This is all about God. Everything that I'm able to do, everything I'm able to get done, how I'm able to stay very, very consistent with what it is that I do on a day-to-day basis and still keep getting it done regardless of what's going on, and still being able to focus in and dialing in and making sure that I'm still upgrading what it is that I'm doing, making sure that I'm constantly being able to present myself in a very, very consistent manner, being able to make sure that I'm able to just constantly stay focused on what it is I need to stay focused on. That's God right there, people. That's what he's able to do. That's what he's able to bring to you. That's what he's able to provide for you. That one day I'll make money doing this, what it is that I'm doing here, because I know that that's my future, because I know that for some reason, me being told and basically told is the way I really want to look at it, to start doing stuff like this, that this is something that I need to keep getting better at. This is something I need to keep putting more of my time into, more of my thinking into, instead of a lot of other things that I used to think about and used to do that are kind of meaningless, because it doesn't really represent God and who he is and what he's all about. And I want to be one to represent God in the fullest potential, to show you exactly what it is, who he is, what he's all about, what he's able to bring, what he's able to offer, and how it is that he's able to be able to bring and to be able to offer all these things to us. And it's just an absolutely amazing thing. And I'm just so grateful for you to be able to see what it is that God is able to do on this planet, because that's why everything is outside. I could be in the house where it's nice and warm, but everything is going to be outside with me. Everything is always going to be here. That it still hasn't mattered what the temperature is, that I'm still out here and I'm still doing what I'm doing, because I feel like that's the representation of what God is and what he's all about, is everything that's out here, everything that's exposed here. This big old donkey that's running back and forth, these dogs that are here, these trees that are here, the sand pit that's here, the rocks that are in the sand, the trees that are out here, that chicken that's running back there by himself, those cows that are running back there, all this stuff out here is what God has been able to bring and provide to us, to be able to use and to be able to utilize. And it's an absolutely amazing thing to be able to be a part of. And I hope that y'all have a great day, a great week, a great month, and a great rest of this year, because this next year is going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be something different that I don't think a lot of y'all are going to be ready for this next year, because it's going to be amazing. It's going to be like just premium to premium. It's going to be better than better than you've ever had before in reality. That's just the information that I feel like comes to me about what this year is to come. That I hear the negative stuff out there. Oh, it's going to be doom and gloom and this and that. What I know is the next year is going to be amazing. And I hope y'all stick around to be able to figure out what that year is going to be like. Thank you.